The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides, mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corn, or beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding, amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip, you won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more info.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
Disgusting. They smell, they're sticky, they say things that are horrible.
There you go. Thank you very much, Silence the Voice. And, of course, coming up in about 14 minutes, you get your chance to win $1,000 from us. The word, well, I can tell you, it's flood, right? We don't have to worry about the national rules anymore. We got out of that nightmare.
Again, it doesn't open till 7, so get it ready.
It doesn't. You can do about
all day long.
The Bobs were in town yesterday. I talked to them. And
did you refer to one of them as Digital Bob?
No.
I like that.
One of the Bobs called himself a Digital Bob. Said we have our Digital Bob back in headquarters.
Oh, right.
Trying to fix the digital problems. I just walked into the meeting with the Bobs. They're in town for something of KSLX, trying to figure out what's going on there. They do all sorts of research and things, and they come and talk about it. And the Bobs were here yesterday. I just walked into the office, and I'm like, whose idea was that? And they all laughed. Like, just a Bob trying to do, and they played it off. I'm like, hey, thanks, Bobs. I said, thanks for tolerating my irreverent spirit and giving us all that money. We made it right? And Larry went in there, and he goes, thanks for everything right. It was pretty great. The Bobs were very.
But didn't you say that our overlord, Jeannie, was listening in on the call?
Did
you know that going in?
Superstar of all of. No, I did not. She was on a speaker. It's like Charlie's Angels. Morning, Angels. Like, who said that? And
she's in that triangle.
She said, I'm down on my knees apologizing for that mess. And I'm like, you don't have to do that. But anytime a CEO wants to get down and tell me that they're sorry. Not like you were thinking, Toledo. Jeez Louise.
I didn't think anything.
All I said was, thank you. But they were great. But now we don't have to be part of the national contest, which is even better. So the word's coming up in a little bit. I like to stay away from all the topics that are controversial. And, I don't like to dive into this stuff and cause all this. We got the COVID, the vaccinations. Do you wear the card? Do you get the shot? Do you do all this? So I just like to stay away from all the politics and things. And let's talk about something in the news that everybody knows about. Abortion in Texas. I think it's time. What a great time to introduce this idea to a very reasonable society. What a great idea, Texas, to go ahead and make some abortion laws in the midst of everybody being so logical.
There's your TikTok channel.
What a great plan right now to drag a little abortion into 2021 while we're all trying to figure out, how not to kill each other based on whether or not Karen has her mask on. It's just a fantastic plan, Texas. Great idea. Way to give Fox and CNN something else to make us all hate each other with. If you haven't been paying attention, Texas, in its infinite wisdom, decided to say, I know we've got a huge problem with COVID, but the fastest way to get you guys to stop talking about COVID is to make abortion illegal for the most part in our state. Oh, great plan. Logic. That's what I call that. Brilliant idea. Why don't we just say all kids must worship Allah in Austin? Let's just go with that and see if anybody objects. It's going to be a night. It's going to be nothing but fights and stupid news, and everybody's going to be upset about this and that. It's brutal. They basically said you can't get an abortion now after there's a sign of a heartbeat, which is usually 5 or 6 weeks. And a lot of women don't even know they're pregnant until after that. So, not that I'm an advocate for abortion, but I do think that there's a... Yeah, this guy just texted, goes, here we go, Jim. It's Tony Romo. Tony!
Your boy's at it again.
Tell you what, Jim, this guy, they're banning abortion in my home state, Jim. Bad idea, jeans. Here we go, Jim. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. So, yeah, if you want to make that... I've always said this about... my stance on abortion. I've told you before. I think it's an abhorrent practice, but I also think that it's something somebody should have the right to choose. It's their decision. I'm a man. I have no clue what it must be like to deal with that. I know that I've been on the other side as a man. If somebody tells me they're pregnant, And I just went through my closet to try to find the right utensil to I'll do it myself. I'll save some money. So I'm not against it. I do think it's could be abused. I think if you got a punch card more than 2, you're starting to dabble into the whole you might be Satan kind of thing, and you're a little bit nuts. I got a couple abortions under my belt, going in for a 3rd. Yeah. There's something not right with your brain. But I also think, because if I were to stand outside an abortion clinic, I would have a picket sign that says, "It's your choice, whore." Because I'm on both sides of the whole thing. I think I want to make my point for each side. I think you have the right to choose.
Not a fun decision.
I think you're also probably doing this because you were a whore once.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think if you're injured or you have medical issues, there's definitely something. If it's a case of rape, there's no question in my mind. But Texas, great idea. Great. We're so good at debating hard topics right now. Why not throw this bombshell at us? Good thinking.
Don't mess with Texas.
No, don't mess with Texas, because you know what? They'll throw abortion laws at you. Well, I don't know if they can.
And it was a court case originally or something, and then they said, no, we're going to uphold that.
We're saying
it was Texas
Roe
said
versus
we're going to.
Well,
they wanted to put it in 6 weeks.
This is the Texas Supreme Court.
Yeah.
It's not a vote. It's not the people of Texas speaking.
Yeah, because like Mississippi, they voted to not have abortions. They have one abortion center in the whole state.
What they voted for is, we'll keep them, but you can't really have a place for them. So you have to drive like hundreds and hundreds of miles to go get one. And they basically voted for it. And there's weird rules that there has to be like
a lot of weird rules.
4 and 5 foot wide hallways and things like that. And they won't have that. So then you
basically you have to build a brand new facility because no current existing facility has that.
But it's Mississippi. Yeah. I think half the people currently alive in Mississippi should be aborted. But that's my feeling. Again,
I'd have tried to help you out.
You would have killed everyone in Mississippi? I'm just kidding.
Hurricane.
Ida. I thought you said Ida tried to help you out.
Yeah, I thought you were saying that too. I'm like, whoa.
I'd have helped you with that.
I was with that. That's what you said.
I forgot the name of the hurricane. I just called it Hurricane TikTok. I'd have helped you with that. Like, oh my God, Toledo just said he would kill half of Mississippi. I was just playing. Don't get too froggy, kid. Just playing. Yeah, so that's the first thing I saw. First thing I see in the news today is Texas bans abortion. I'm like, yeah, we're ready for that. We're ready for that chat. That's exactly how logical, calm America is ready to talk about that. Hey,
gives us another topic.
Let's ban and then the other one that I saw is that, and I still don't understand this. Gays, if you're listening, there's another gay couple trying to get married, and I don't even know where it was. And the place sent them a letter that said, if you're interested in this, we'll have a meeting in that. And at the bottom of the letterhead, it said, we do accept same-sex marriage ceremonies. And then the next letter, same lady, this lady named Jackie something, writes back and says, hey, I may have misunderstood you. I think you said your partner was a he. It's the case. I have to tell you not to waste your time with the meeting. Due to my religious convictions, I'm not going to we do not perform same-sex marriages. Good luck to you. It was very nicely written and basically said this is what we choose as a business. And then at the bottom of the letterhead, it now says we do not perform same-sex marriages. And then she there you go, right there. And the bottom line is that these guys they went on to TikTok. They went on to the review thing, Yelp, and barked about it. And now why not just say okay?
That's the one thing I never understood. Why do you want to force somebody who doesn't want you there to take you?
If a restaurant
that's going to be a nice ceremony.
If a restaurant said, "Ugh, I don't serve bald people. You make me sick," I'd be like, "We got to get out of here."
Like that restaurant in Florida that just said, "If you're a Biden supporter, don't come in."
Right? Okay.
I have no problem with that.
That's less money for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have
no
issue
problem
with
that.
And I also have no issue with people saying I don't want to do it because my religion says I can't. I disagree with your religion. I'm not trying to ban that too. And you can do that all you want.
I think you're misreading your religion.
I don't know that you are. I think you're actually living it up to the code. But that's debatable. But their right to go there and their right to turn them down is the same thing. I have no issue with that. But I just don't understand why you'd want to be somewhere that doesn't want you. I haven't understood that about church with gays, like gay people that want the Catholic Church to accept them. Why?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
And again, the argument there is they have been under the table for years.
Oh, they've been gay themselves. They've been quietly gay and all over the place. And I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know. It's I think the abortion talk is to get Texas off the front page for their vaccine problem.
Semantics here. Somebody says, it wasn't the Supreme Court didn't approve it, John. Well, they didn't take up the case.
I don't know if that's the case.
They
upheld it, right?
which allowed. No, they didn't upheld. They didn't look at it
at all.
Okay.
Which allows it to go.
I don't know what it is. We're in the debate.
That's what I'm
this
saying.
This is the stupidest
That's what
thing
I'm
that could happen. Can we just keep abortion off the table for a little while? Let's keep it quiet. Let the horse be horse. Hey, that's a lyric, isn't it? Let the horse be horse. Slam. Let the horse be horse. Yeah. Stand outside with me at Planned Parenthood and say, it's your choice, whore. Because that's the best picket sign you can come up with for people like me who live in the middle. I don't think you should do it, but I understand that you should if you have to.
Yeah.
And I think that there are certain times when it's like this person is not capable as a human being of parenting. And I just don't think that that's something that you should put multiple people through. And it doesn't mean you're killing anything because the thing can't sustain itself. That's my thought. If you have more than two, even two shaky, I think you should. It's like a windshield repair with your insurance. You get one a year. How about that?
A year?
Like if you're doubling up,
still knock out 2, 3, 4.
Look, I've had
in their 20s.
I've had a cracked windshield on one, and the New Vision is awesome. They've handled my insurance for my double up because my insurance company actually thought that my same Jeep had a cracked windshield twice, and it was a different Jeep. No, it was a different. I'm like, it's a different car. Like you have one repair. I'm like, no, and then they had to look VIN and all that stuff, and they figured out. But my insurance company got froggy with it. But I started laughing because I'm like, you're only allowed one, so I would have been driving around. The full thing it's cracked all the way ahead. And like, is it bigger than $1? It's bigger than a joke check. It's bigger than the thing that people give you at the lottery. This is a giant crack. And I think that's it. I think if insurance can limit me to one windshield per year on my free glass coverage per car, then the abortion clinics should. I think that's logical. I think I'm being reasonable saying you're allowed one a year.
I don't even know. Is it a covered?
I get 3
medical.
Well, maybe if you're a good client.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
but
3 windshields?
Yeah.
Are you looking for the Rodizio grill here? You're looking for the meal?
I think I get more than one now on one of my
they
cars.
Get a little, this is one.
Right. They don't like it. They don't like replacing your windshield a lot. I don't know. Maybe I have had.
I've never gone that many. I've got 2.
This was a while ago. It was about a year ago when I had the double up.
Yeah.
And then I had that rock hit my window a few days ago, and I was like, watched it fly up. I'm like, God damn it. And clink.
Where's it come from?
Goes off the front window, and I looked, and there was no ding. There's nothing. So I got lucky. But it's constant. I drive a flat-faced car. I eat rocks all day long. But but I think that's good. Like if we were a court and I said, hey, how about this? We can't ban abortion, but how about one a year? That's it. Like you go on a state thing, and it's like not your medical records, but they're like they check your thing and say you already had one of these. Like because when I go to the doctor, they know my medical history, so abortion should be on that, right? And then so you go in and you're like, you already had one, so this one's going to cost.
So you get a punch card or something.
Yeah, and if you get up to 10, you get a sandwich. But I mean that, and then everybody would argue, well, if you did that, then we'd back alley this and that. And I'm like, well, if we made it so it was like against the law after one. Shouldn't you stop like having baby sex and being a whore?
You're basically pacing yourself at one
a
year.
Hey, that's reasonable. I'm fine with that. If you're willing to go through it every year because you've got one, you're a whore.
Yeah.
I got my freebie. If you're thinking that way, I'll just get abortion. Nothing's going to change your mind as far as laws or anything like that. So if you're that person that Brady just described, because, hey, I'll pace myself. I got one. I got 12 months to get another.
I'm on the IR for 6 weeks, and I'll be back in the saddle.
It's not, it's not parole where you can start doing the same things after. It's just, But one a year, I think that's reasonable. And if you're using one a year, you're a horrible human being. So there's nothing I can do to talk you out of that. Why am I trying to change you? I get one a year. I've used every one. I'm not an idiot. Don't use it, you lose it. It doesn't carry over. I'm like, yeah, I know, but you shouldn't want one. Well, I get one, so I'm using it. So I don't know. I'm not. It's your choice, whore. And thank you, Texas, because what a great way to start the day. Every headline on every news outlet: Texas bans abortion. I'm like, oh yeah, we're ready for that. This is a society that is ready to talk about that. We are.
We got nothing else to talk about.
No. And we're in a great headspace.
That's right.
For it. Like right now, our minds are very much focused on making sure that people who disagree with us hear us out, and then that person gets their chance to speak, and everybody walks away going, he made some good point. Because that's how we are. Brilliant idea. Gay marriage, abortion, religion, politics. Let's get all of it out there in one day. And meanwhile, we can give you some money, too. Flood. That's the word. Just opened up.
It's money to make the signs.
Well,
you're protesting.
That's right. It's not much to buy the marker and I would do it in just red too, and make it seem, and then put some splotches of like little blood stains on there, and like maybe draw a baby hand, like high-fiving. It's your choice, whore. It's the best protest sign of all time because it also makes her feel bad, but also lets her know I'm sort of in her corner. Flood is the word. 97936. That's what you got to do to try to win $1,000 today. It's just every time I turn the news on, I'm like, man, has anyone ever read a book about war and what people do to divide and conquer? Whenever the topic gets uncomfortable for the leaders, they do something to make us go, hey, wait a minute. And we take our eye off the ball. And if this could be more obvious, divide and conquer from the art of war, I don't know what is.
You are so right. I knew a girl that had 3 abortions. She would wake up at night hearing crying babies.
Ooh! Yeah, she's bananas. Yeah. And you don't, it's not easy. It's not something simple.
No, not at all.
Yeah, and don't people know, Vincent's right, don't people know about the morning after pill? Can't you just get like 9 of those? And just torch your insides every time you feel a little, that guy let one loose?
9 of them?
Yeah, 9. one a month, I'm guessing.
But like you said, they might not know.
About the morning after pill?
No, they might not know they're pregnant. You're saying like in 6 weeks.
You don't know.
Yeah.
But the morning after pill, you don't know you're pregnant either. You're just thinking,
it's effective no matter what.
He spilled in me. I should probably.
Just in case.
It's a just in case pill. It's a just in case pill.
Yeah.
I knew a guy who had to drive a girl to the doctor because he looked down. Oops. The protective measures were laying on the bed. No. And he's like, uh-oh. And he didn't tell her. And he felt really guilty. Next morning he told her. And she's like, you're driving over. You're going to go to this. And I'm like, okay. Sat there.
How long ago was this?
Well, years ago.
That was no DNA test. That's when you blame somebody. You're a whore. Yeah. What do you mean that's mine? I was wearing one.
It's the next day because she demanded that.
That's his guilt.
And that evidently just that is his guilt. It's hilarious, but I didn't know what to do. That's basically what you need to know. But it's, I don't know. But yeah, don't they know about the morning after? That's a thing, like, right? And dudes, we should.
Is it effective?
We should. I've heard no bad reviews. Okay. Yelp it. I don't know. Is there a 1-star on there? I took that thing and now I've got this kid, and he's got one eye, and half of him's all burned up. Effective. I don't know. As effective as anything else that torches your ovaries. I don't know how it works. Is it acetylene? I don't know what's in there. But yeah, I mean, guys should be more diligent about the morning after thing. I think we should be the ones that try to talk women into going to the doctor the next day and getting one just in case everything failed.
They should do a commercial like the old Primatine Mist, see how effective it is. Inhale it,
Brady.
Goes down your system.
You just made an incredible invention, except for you put it in your nose. I wouldn't have done it there. A Primatine Mist that gets rid of babies.
All right, here you go.
That's brilliant. Brady just invented a new way of morning aftering, a mist spray right in the old hooter. Bye, babies. It's like
Glade plugins or something.
No,
I mean, it's
like a decon or Raid kills babies dead.
Now he's taking it take it to the air freshener thing.
Yeah, there you go.
It just automatically does it in your room.
Oh, if you had an auto, wasn't that kind of what that one thing that chicks get injected into their arms does?
Yeah, it's like stays there for like 5 years.
Yeah, and it mists out some sort of poison that makes it so their insides rot.
It leaks it out. Yeah.
I think that's it.
Oh, man.
Like every few days, I got a little, poison. And then their ovaries just go, and the eggs are useless.
If you take the pill within 72 hours, it reduces the risk up to 87%.
So it's the morning after.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you got 3 mornings to figure it out.
Take it every day, and it's, by my math.
Like vitamins. They should just pop them every day.
It's 200 and some % chance. Yeah, take them like Flintstone. Have a Flintstone. Fred Flintstone.
Morning vitamin.
Fred Flintstone.
We're not far from that in Texas. Texas
That's
would
true.
have those
Yeah,
new gummy vitamins.
Totally.
And
I'd eat a Pebbles, I'd eat a Fred, and I'd eat a Barney.
Yep.
All 3 days in a row.
Pebbles would be the...
Every day, I'm 87% less likely to get pregnant. That's like 260% of no pregnancy. You're actually going to lose a kid that's alive. You're going to go so backwards on your percentage of...
Now chewable.
Yeah. Chewable morning afters.
You guys figured me out. I keep the morning after pill in my daily pills just in case. A couple of vitamins help wash it down.
Is it a girl?
I would hope so.
Good job, whore. If you're popping morning after pills, A, I want to kind of know you. B, I bet I could park my car in there.
It's a sausage party.
At the boner garage, ready to roll.
John, I, for one, cannot wait for Brady's new Primatine Mist ad. Just the visual of where that goes.
Yeah. Not going to have a teen mist.
Yes.
I'd have helped you with that. The hurricane or... anyway, flood is the word today.
Whoa. Over the counter, John, it's $75.
Hey, that's worth it.
Are you kidding me? People are bitching about $75.
Yeah, no kidding.
Forget it. I'll have the baby.
Yeah.
Really?
What the hell's wrong with people?
$75. I'd sell plasma and blood all day long.
You spent $75 at the club last night.
Yeah, exactly. You got
And
laid.
that's how you got it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got laid for less than $70. Oh, I'm not spending $75 on a woman. Jesus. I don't think there's a lot of frugal abortionists out there. I would get that morning after pill, but it's $400 3 weeks later. So you do the math. $75 is a reasonable price. You can't beat these prices. Yeah, I think one a month of that. You should be supplied with it. There's way too many bad parents.
John, my sister had 5 abortions in a couple of years.
4.
Her reasoning was that she wasn't ready to be the kind of mom she should be.
Right.
I can
she was
say,
a whore.
Not
I can say
responsible.
this. She had a kid and is 15 years old now. And without hesitation, I tell you, that kid is a dick. The other 5 could have been doctors. He'll be lucky to stay out of jail.
So the 6th can of the pack lived.
Yep. That was the flat one.
He's the one who's looking around going, really? I had 5 brothers and sisters.
I got out of this abused womb.
Why me? Yeah, that thing looked like an old boxing glove. One of those vintage leather ones hanging on a wall. That kid grew up in that uterus. Yeah, he's not happy. He was unhappy in there.
He grew up in that smash room.
It would be like being raised in Dahmer's basement.
John, I think there should be
Bodies
a rideshare program, a pink Uber for girls to take to the killing. That way, when you passed it, you'd know.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Brett's handing me bad things. When Brett hands me stuff, it's stuff he's not willing to read. All right, I go, morning, guys. Best birth control is unloading that back door. Have a good day. No need for an abortion. That's true, Mark. Mark Richardson makes an excellent point that if ladies are worried about that, there's always another option. But, yeah, I mean, we as guys should be worried about it, too. I think we should be the ones equipped with the pill and say, hey, if you need this, and drop it off as a gift. That's instead of flowers, here you go. Thank you for last night.
Bottle of morning after.
It's a bottle of morning after pills. I'm not an asshole. You think that maybe? I'm like, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't love you at all.
Jennifer hit us up. It forces you to have your period. Who wants that every day?
Ooh.
You don't have it every day.
I guess if you take the morning after pill every day, I don't know.
Because it has to flush.
Okay,
that.
well, then have a baby.
Yep.
You're right. That's, a couple weeks of the period. That's terrible.
Use birth control.
Yeah, or you don't have sex.
And you're not flushing.
Yeah, and if you're, that's true. You're worried about periods. But a lot of times I think birth control is terrible for people. Long term and stuff like that. So if you're not on it, you're worried about getting pregnant. People are just so dumb. But again, thank you, Texas. Thank you so much. Because I walk around this society and I'm like, what a group of level-headed, reasonable talkers and thinkers. That's all I see is a bunch of thinkers. I hear conversations with people and I'm like, thinker. What a thinker. This is an easy day because everyone out there having chats is just doing it in the smartest possible ways. Nobody loses their cool. Nobody can hear discerning information or something that makes it so they didn't agree. Nobody can hear that without losing their minds. That would be silly. That's a silly society. We live in a perfectly level-headed one. So let's bring up abortion. And everybody that I saw in the comments on the story fell for it. Because this couldn't be more of a here. Look at this over here, the red herring. Stop talking about our COVID rates.
There's a post on Twitter.
I'm pregnant, having a scan soon to find out if it's a girl or an abortion. That's hilarious. Hashtag kill all men.
Wow.
You still needed us to get to your situation. Good luck with your little daughter.
Last time I tried to buy a Plan B pill, John, men weren't allowed to buy them because dudes are putting them in girls' drinks.
We'd roofie chicks. Again, level-headed, super smart thinking society. Perfect opportunity to bring up topics like this. Thanks, Texas. Always on the cutting edge of just making us all nuts.
When I'm cutting one out of the herd, You just drop one in her glass.
I got to tell you, if I had that pill and things look good, I would find a way it was going in. I'd put it in my mouth and kiss her with it. What was that? I think I lost a filling. Anyway, swallow it. I'd plug her nose and pour water in. You're an asshole. Are we done? Are we done here? Anyway, flood. That is the word that you're texting right now, 97936. And you guys can maybe win $1,000, and then you can afford 2 abortions. This one says, morning after pill is available at all pharmacies to anyone over 18. There's also a gel syringe you can put inside you after sex that kills everything. Thanks, Alicia. Boy, that's from the desk of a slut.
Can you help me with
God
the
bless her.
shot?
Yeah, and you know
God
what?
bless her.
You're a reasonable person, Alicia. I say that with the utmost respect when I called you a slut. I thought that was as beautiful a thing as you. She's researched all the products that kill infants before they even have a chance to start. Use a rubber. I put poison gel inside me, a little turpentine, some paint thinner. We're good here. These sperms are going to die. Yeah. What other topics can we bring up here while everybody's a great chatty mood about how, let's talk about Joe Biden and Afghanistan for a little while. What do you say? I think it was a great move. Let's bring Pat Tillman into the mix. Let's start talking about Pat Tillman and whether or not, everybody's pissed about everything. Don't bring abortion laws back into this. We're going the wrong way. Because now all these other states are going to get like a little uppity about it. Well, if Texas is doing it, we're going to do it. And we're one of those states where outside of Phoenix and Tucson, the rest of the state's like, all right, ban it.
Right.
And there's a lot of,
they did it.
A lot of the city would do it too. So then next thing you know, we're in the debate.
Yeah.
It's goofy. And again, it reminds me of the joke. What's the worst thing about locking the keys in your car at Planned Parenthood? Going inside and asking them for a hanger.
I'm going to turn my mic off.
Why? Because you're laughing too hard at that one? All right, thank you. That's funny. I want to get back to joking about everything. Stop being so real. Anyway, what's on the big board of musical treats?
Wake Up Song brought to you by our buddies over there at Action Ride Shop. We always talk about the mountain bikes, but don't forget, you guys, and we were just talking about it a little bit earlier, that this could be the coldest winter on record. So
Snow.
They got your snowboard and you got your ski gear. Everything is over there at Action Ride Shop. Plus, the 5-Alarm Blend Coffee is available. So hit them up on their brand new website, actionrideshop.com, or on all the socials. Then we got a bunch of stuff here. Godsmack, Anthrax, Royal Blood. I guess they covered Sad But True. I haven't heard that version yet.
Oh, it's off the new Metallica thing. I was
yeah.
just reading about that yesterday. I had to do a bunch of voice stuff for Larry because the Metallica weekend's back. And we did Metallica weekend last Labor Day. Larry, I'll tell you what, man, this dude puts his heart and soul into this station to a point where I didn't realize what he's been working on so hard. And we talk all the time about things, and Larry's always thinking KUPD, which is probably going to kill him early. He has put together, and I did voice, I don't know if you guys are going to have to do any either. He's got clips of interviews from all over the place from Metallica.
Yeah.
Him and our number one Metallica fan, John Gordon, have been pouring through
introed 40 things yesterday, just tons of stuff saying, Lars was blah, blah, blah. I just kind of do it. And I'm like, Larry, you are this. And the guy who's putting it together is Paul Sura. By Friday, Paul's going to kill someone.
I better cut my voice.
Yeah, you
do all your,
I'm not get all your work done on Paul today
Screw
because
that.
he has so much to do. But they're putting together such a cool, like if you're a fan of music or Metallica at all, I didn't know some of this stuff. And I'm reading it. And I'm like, is that real? That's a clip. And going, yeah, the thing Lars says after that's amazing. And it's just interviewing them about like how they didn't know if Black was going to, they were kind of questioning, like, it's very radio friendly. Do we let radio have it? Were we writing radio songs was their debate. And because we did, because what we just did was write a bunch of hit rock songs. And they were like questioning whether or not that was them before Black came out. Like these very mainstream rock now. And so it was a debate for them. And then Black came out and blew up. And they're like, no, it was the best thing we ever did. But man, I was cutting this stuff, and it got me so curious about listening. So all weekend long, Metallica weekend, we're going to give you all sorts of things, including an album where a bunch of like modern rock acts, Royal Blood,
everybody's on that thing.
Covers
too.
a Metallica song, and the two I've heard, I have not heard the Royal Blood one.
I haven't either.
Let's do it then. Is it out already?
I thought I saw it on YouTube.
All right, let's get that.
But I didn't get a chance to look at it yet.
I love Royal Blood. B, the song's incredible. It's one of my favorite. It's maybe my favorite one. I absolutely love this song.
Yeah, they're leaking out songs the whole weekend. And
What's that one called? It's got a great name too.
I think the Metallica Blacklist.
The Blacklist. That's it. Yeah. So they just covered the whole Black Album. It's just 30th anniversary of the Black Album. So they covered all these new artists are covering that. And a lot of times that's garbage. But what I've heard so far, not. And Sad But True is just awesome.
And there's a lot. I'm looking at the track list now. A lot of bands they did like 5 versions or 6 versions of Enter Sandman. Weezer did it. Yeah. Ghost did it.
Yeah.
Tons of bands.
They let a bunch of people do the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard, but I think I heard one. I think Larry had a clip of Ghost doing Enter Sandman a month and a half ago.
Oh, really?
I love Ghost. Larry's a Ghost fan too. I love Ghost. So that's cool. And I mean, there's so much stuff on this that I'm excited for, and I've been excited for music in a long time.
And it's all crazy. Like Wherever I May Roam, they have J Balvin doing it, which is like one of those reggaeton artists. Yeah. Portugal the Man does Don't Tread on Me. I mean, everybody and anybody is on this thing.
I'm curious to hear every one of those.
Darius Rucker does Nothing Else Matters,
and that'll be beautiful.
Yeah.
Because that dude, hate Hootie all you want. That's one of the best voices in music history. That dude can sing. Well, now I'm wickedly curious. And we're going to play some of those this weekend too. So, and you can win that album. So that's very exciting. Metallica weekend, and give Larry all the credit in the world. Larry, the work he's putting in on that, and John Gordon too. The work they're digging up and doing this thing. This weekend's going to be great. And if you're just passively listening, I guarantee you're going to stop every once in a while because some of the stuff I was reading, I'm like, I need to hear the answer to this. Like the stuff I was reading to intro into the clip, I'm like, what's the answer to this?
Yeah.
Like, I need to hear the clip. What did they say? So if I was curious, and I'm jaded and miserable when it comes to this stuff, and this has me curious. So let's do that. Do you have it, Toledo? Oh, this will be great. All right. Flood is the word we're texting, 97936. Which is going to be a flood of pregnant ladies rolling into New Mexico and Phoenix here soon because the abortions in Texas are illegal. So here they come.
I picked a bad word for the conversation today. A lot of people are putting in blood.
Oh, God, no. Flood with an F.
Right.
Yeah, like my only reference to that was I was going to use Vin Scully. Talking about the very first free agent in baseball history, Curt Flood, who ruined everything. If he wasn't so loud, baseball wouldn't be so dead. We could have had teams with superpowers and contracts that held these boys in place for years. Unlike that awful Anthony Rizzo trade. Purely a money move. Thanks to Curt Flood in the 1970s. Dickhead. And now back to your Metallica weekend. I should have just done it all as Vin Scully. When asked, Lars thought Mexicans should never buy the album, but then he met Robert Trujillo. We could just go crazy with non-facts. Anyway, Flood, not blood. FLOOD. That's how it works. All right, Royal Blood doing Sad But True.
Arizona's most powerful rock radio station.
It's out of control now.
98 KUPD.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.